Okay. Hi. We're live just for a short bit right now. I have to deal with admin stuff all day because I'm going away for the weekend. That means no all-day Saturday dev stream, which sucks. I'd very much like to be doing an all-day Saturday dev stream instead of whatever the hell I'm going to be doing. But, there's some stuff that has to be taken care of, so no big deal. All I want to do right now is not really do any real dev, just check a couple of experiments, figure out some good experiments to run, set them up on a few machines, and call it a day. That's it. So, I have it right here. So this is pretty cool. We have soda on neural MMO with the latest experiment. Right here. You can see this is 4.5. So if we go back to 4.5 here, this is 43 billion steps. So this run is more than 2x better than this run just because I fixed some seeding stuff. And if you kind of draw this line up, it's getting pretty shallow, but you think that this would get to 5 or so, right? This is probably going to get to around 5 if it finishes. So soda at 5, pretty damn good. That is a quarter of the way to solved. So we've gone from a tenth up to a quarter in the last couple of weeks, which is very, very nice. I don't think that these policies are going to be, they're not quite to the point where they're going to look really good if you're watching them. That's probably, if I had to guess, somewhere around 8 to 10. So long way off, but it's definitely a start. So I'm trying to think what experiments I can run because we kind of have everything log linear right now. It's not ideal. Maybe we look at losses real quick. Okay, KL's flat. Clip frac is stable. Entropy is stable. This is very spiky, actually. Gradient variance. KL. Okay, there's a small KL gap. Value loss, very low. I think at least one of these is worth just running another hyperparameter sweep. I think I'd probably get 2 experiments to run. Plus when this one has like another 24 hours-ish on it. And then when this one finishes, I get to run something else. The real question is how much alpha is left in hyperparam sweeps. Sweep those hypers. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, they've made a huge difference everywhere else. It's just harder to do here because, from my experience, you can't just do even a 1 billion step hyperparam sweep. That's already insane to talk about a 1 billion step per experiment hyperparam sweep. But that's not even good enough. You kind of have to do like 5 or 10 billion hyperparam sweep. So I can do, you only get a few experiments a day like that. So I think one of these machines is just going to be a long-running job that hopefully doesn't crash. Seeing what we can get better out of this. Maybe like a 10 billion. Can you estimate the curve? Nope. You can't. This is why it's so important that Puffer is fast. Because if we were stuck doing that, we'd be nowhere right now, and I can prove it to you. So this is the result we have like this 1 billion sweep here, and you can see like stuff up here has like really, really steep slope, but it's not actually predictive of where it's going to converge. Like these things just level out early. And I have some other runs here somewhere where I even ran some of these for a little longer. Oh yeah, there you go. So, we have all sorts of different runs here. Some of these look really good even, but they all tend to level out if you just run them longer. Here, this is one of them, right? Yeah. This was PSGD. Now, I do wonder if there was something to it here, though, with there's like some annealing factor here. We tried fitting a spline. I mean, you can kind of see from these, though, right? Like, you end up getting like shapes like this and this, where this one looked really good and then it levels off. I think I have some of these that I ran for longer as well. Actually, it might be this right here. Let me see. Yeah, so here you go. If I zoom it to here. So this was me taking one of the better runs, right? This one looks really good. This one's way above all my other ones, and then it levels off and it kind of intersects with them around 5 billion. Maybe 5 billion steps is going to be enough. Need more hardware. Well, we have some hardware. I haven't been like doing distributed sweeps or anything yet. We just got our first 5090 box in. And the trip I'm taking this weekend is to tour the new facility that we're going to have ready in about a month. So we're going to be able to start purchasing more hardware. The existing hardware that we moved there is going to be way more stable, have way more consistent power, hopefully more consistent internet. Distributed sweeps. Well, I don't know how much you've been around here, but if you see like how much we're already running, even if I'm running the sweep on one GPU, this runs like at least 100 times faster than anything comparable in academia. So my one GPU may as well be 100 GPUs, right, for this sweep. And actually, we have 10 GPUs right now, so we may as well have 1,000 GPUs for research, right? That's kind of the key with all of this. This x-axis here on this whole graph for the full run here, this is 100 billion steps. This is equal to this thing playing 2,000 years worth of games. So this plot here, like including all these, has like probably 8,000 years worth of games played on it. No, more, 10,000 years worth of games played on it. It's kind of crazy. I think we just run a few quick tests on this. And make sure we don't OOM on the biggest settings. We launch like a really nice 5 bill hyperparam sweep. Let me think, does that make sense? So that's like right here on the graph. Yeah, right here. Yeah, X is slow. The Twitch and YouTube ones are faster. I'm live there as well. X is the best for the notifications, though, because I also post stuff there. It's a lot more likely to be predictive by 10 bill, isn't it? And look at this thing. You literally, your previous soda run here, it intersects all the way out here at 30, what's this, 25 bill. That's crazy. You can't do a 25 bill hyperparam sweep. It's like a day per experiment. Almost. Like 16 hours. 10's pushing it. I think 5 is going to be what we want. Kind of the best we can do. How good do you think we can do in 5? I think optimistically, we can probably get 3 by 5. That should be high enough. 3 is non-trivial performance on the task. J's bar is 5341. It's the same as my X handle. So we're going to try this. What else do we try, though? I wouldn't be surprised if after this it's like data and architecture, honestly. What about cosine annealing? We don't have that on, do we? Welcome. We don't have cosine annealing on because I messed up the implementation, right? Or do we? I mean, we might have it on. Hang on, I actually don't know. Okay, we can't commit this as is because I have this a mess. No, we do have it on. Data.scheduler.step. Did I implement this thing correctly? Yes, it is, because it's wraps the optimizer. So we do have cosine annealing on already, so that's fine. So we just do one machine hyperparam sweep. What else can I run that would be good? I could massively scale the network. That seems wrong to me. Scaling the network just gave me this. It's not going to solve the task. Weight decay? Oh man, does this... Okay, here, question for you. I'm going to run a hyperparameter sweep on this because this, like, look, I have to just express to you how ridiculous this task is, okay? So this is like, I don't even know, 150 experiments. These are 1 billion steps each. I'm going to run an experiment, a sweep, where each run is 5 billion steps. So these are chunky. If there are more techniques, you would hope that they're stable enough that you could get something out of them just sweeping that one parameter with the optimals. If I have to sweep the fucking weight decay or whatever new technique and then resweep all the other params for it to work, then that's kind of ass. Also, a lot of these are PSGD. If you get like any indication that PSGD is likely to be good on neural MMO, I will be more than happy to run that experiment. But what happened with PSGD so far is it starts off really good early, and then it actually levels out, and it's worse than Muon, without even fully optimized Muon params. This is the current. We beat Soda by a factor of 2 in terms of time taken. I just fixed all the random seeding. But by the way, this one literally, it doesn't learn anything for 5 billion steps, and then it takes off. That's how crazy this stuff is. So we're at 4.8-ish after 65 billion steps is currently Soda. This will probably be 5 at 100 bill. The curves are quite stable. It could just make the net dramatically bigger. I really could. What do we think we would get out of it? I still think the best case scenario of that is that it gets like 6. Well, what do I think the best case is out of the hyperparam sweep? Do I really think the hyperparam sweep is going to make that big a difference? Kind of, yeah. I kind of do. Let me go check this experiment. See what I ran this with. So this is, oops. Well, this is still running even though the driver's crashed, so that's cool. You know, I could actually see the hyperparam sweep making a big difference. Are you using heavy ball? Yeah, this is heavy ball Muon. We do a restricted set sweep. Four M's times 2. It's pretty good. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. This is already master. Isn't it, What's this damn machine called? How do I forget my own SSH password? There we go. Do you ever think you'll work in industry? I mean, what does this count as? Right? This is a startup where we offer priority service to companies in industry that want to do RL and have an easier time of it. Make stuff go faster, get their sims running better, apply all of our latest tools, get custom tools made, right? So if you mean, do you think I'll take a job at big tech? Probably not. Do you think I will like get closer to a bunch of industry problems over time? Absolutely. Yeah. I'm really specialized to like I'm pretty damn good at making like medium-sized projects very, very simple and compact and efficient. And that's kind of where I'm happiest, right? Because when you get into really big-sized projects, your impact as an IC goes way down and it just becomes a management ordeal of total mess. I like to have projects that are still a size where I can like get there and really mess with the code myself. LRA. There's a bug in Heavy Ball. Look, Omid, just like either run some stuff on Neural MMO, or if you have some promising initial stuff, I can run stuff on it, right? Girl was about to kill me. Man, she's cutting into your Twitch dev stream, random Thursday night, whatever shenanigans. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna sweep. Let's see what we are gonna sweep. We don't want to screw this up. Not sweeping hidden size. Not sweeping num-ems. Not sweeping total time steps. We can sweep batch size. Min of this. So this batch size can now be like ridiculous, this mini batch size, because we have gradient accumulation, so now it cannot OOM on us. Learning rate gets swept, entropy gets swept, gamma gets swept, lambda gets swept. Update epochs doesn't get swept. Screw that, it's going to stay at 1. Value function coefficient can get swept, gradient can get swept. BPT horizon, go up to 32. And this can get swept. Atom beta 1, this can still get swept. Atom epsilon can still get swept. Okay. Don't need any of this stuff. And then the only thing we need in RLMMO3 do we want to sweep the reward coefficients? That's too much, right? I think we just do this. Total time steps away. MEMS goes away. And now we're sweeping all the stuff that matters. We should be at least. And then this has got to be 5 bill. Bill with a B. Freaking crazy to think about. I want to OOM this entire box. This is all fine. This is all good. Then we'll have to hope that this is reasonable. Holy hell, how do I have 1.6 terabytes used? We also have to make sure we don't forget to rebuild. $32 gigs per experiment. $500 megs. I always forget the bloody command for this. Overlay. There you go, geodesiccation. Yeah, so that's insane. I gotta fix that. There's something wrong with the model save and checkpointing. I'm gonna just adjust the interval so we don't OOM. That's terrible on the hard drives as well. Okay, so there's 10K checkpoint interval now. Now the only thing I gotta remember to do and not screw up here, and I remember this on the other machine too if I run something there. Okay, so this is compiling the new version of the neural MMO binding. This is with the new Python C API binding code. So if you look, there's not actually compiling any Python for neural MMO. That's just C Python right here. This is no Python. So that'll be pretty nice. Is this thing still running? .3? Hang on, what's still running? I mean, that's basically finished, but what the hell is it? There must be another run that I'm not visualizing here. It's like a 4.3. Weird. Well, it's not a soda run, so we don't care. This thing go. Yeah, not a soda run though. It's decent. Not a soda run though. Hang on. All right. This was the random seeded run. Okay. Are using 2004, 2204. So our older containers are 2204, and our newer containers are going to be 2404. I just started one of these because we need drivers for 5090s now. There are a bunch of annoying things with 2404 though that need to be handled, so I don't recommend that until we update our nice containers so that you don't have to deal with it. 2204 is fine unless you have a 5090. just making sure everything is correct, because if I screw this run up, this is like a big run. I highly doubt we run out of memory with anything on this. The one thing that really annoys me, I'll say, with 2404, which we're going to patch in our container, they adopted a new Python PEP, which is like literally the dumbest thing I've ever seen Python do, and that's saying something, where they basically don't let you install pip packages outside of a virtual env by default, which is like, if you use virtual envs inside of Docker containers, like, please seek mental help. So I don't know what the hell they're doing, because it's like, so we're gonna work around that. Isn't something horribly wrong here? Something's horribly wrong here. I tested this and it worked. Why do you find Docker containers useful? I use an Ubuntu service main dev. Is there an additional benefit of using Docker? Absolutely there is. So you kind of use one of two things, right? Use like a virtual env or a conda or whatever, or you use a container. Virtual env, every time you want a new one, you have to rebuild the whole damn thing and reinstall everything. It's a pain. And also, everything's not even guaranteed to work in that, because you have to have correct system packages. In a Docker container, I get the same dev environment every time. If I want a brand new clean dev environment where everything is guaranteed to work, it takes me 10 seconds. I run one command and I have a fresh development environment in 10 seconds. And I have the exact same development environment locally as I have on our servers. It's very, very easy that way. Everybody can have their own as well. I just have it so that when people log into our servers, you just get booted into your container. And it's the same exact development environment as if you use your container at home. So it's very, very nice for that. Very quick to set up, reproducible dev environment. I think this is actually working. Well, this metric's working. see. Where's the log? This line disappeared. I see it. I don't know how that happened. Did I not commit it? A reward. That's why it. Yeah, this is why. Only the returns are wrong. Only the returns are wrong. I thought that we had like doesn't seem to get zeroed correctly. How concerned am I about this? Moderately concerned. Oh, because this is reward and not return. Yeah, this is reward, not return. Okay. Yeah, this is correct. This should fix it. We'll double check real quick. whatever. Broken ass drivers. We'll just push it. Now we should no longer see metrics stacking up stupidly. It wouldn't have hurt anything until it overflowed, but better not risk it. I don't even know if it would have overflowed in the time of the experiment, but probably not. Still better not to screw with it. Yeah, now that's actually correct. Yeah, those metrics look good. Okay. We leave this one be. And then we go run the second experiment, which is it box 4, the one I use? I think it is. Is this my job? Yeah, this is my job. It's just stuck. That's fine. This is going to be kind of crazy. Big model. We'll see if this OOMs instantly. I think this works. We will see though. We will see. $37 million params. I have not trained a model this big in years. And I know that's a crazy thing to say, because 37 mil is lower than what I was training in like 2017 or whatever, one of my first projects. But it's very big for RL. And to keep in mind, the x-axis is so much longer in RL. If this OOMs, we do have outs as long as it doesn't OOM on the forward pass. If it OOMs in the backward pass, we have gradient accumulation to fall back on. Because I do want to get some sleep tonight. So The goal is just to get this run going and go to sleep. I guess technically I could run something on my personal box as well, since I'm not going to be here. So I can also I could use this as a dev box as well over the weekend. Might be nice to have one. Okay, so that forward time is nuts. Holy, look at that. It shouldn't be that skewed, actually. See anything weird in here? That's actually kind of sketchy that it's that skewed. Oh, it's the mini batch size. You know? That's it. We can get this faster. Where's the accumulation size? How faster can we make this? So somehow this balances out the compute, but it doesn't make it faster. Seems weird. Is a more reasonable number though. 97% GPU sat. That's something you don't see in RL often. 181 hours for this whole thing. It's a little crazy. Oh, the value loss is screwed already. How's that happen? It doesn't make much sense. If I do this, is it not screwed? Interesting. Doesn't blow up. Oh, unless it's blowing up now. There it goes. Gotta watch this for a bit, make sure it doesn't blow up. Let me go blast the optimizer, guys. because this is not supposed to. It still fucking blows up. It still blows up. The heck? Not supposed to happen. Can I get away with half of that size? Why does the thing suddenly blow up? It has never blown up before. This is better looking, right? Nope, still blows up. Am I like screwing up? Like, is it still not stable with 512? Hang on. Let's see what the heck is going on here. Yeah, these are all stable. This is like some small value, right? See if this blows up. Yeah, I literally can't train a bigger model. That's weird. That's very weird. That's stable. You go over 512, it blows up. It's bizarro. Maybe it's because this thing is bottlenecking. What's this map 2D output? Hang on. If I owned myself with this stupid architecture, I swear. That'll do it. If this is stable. So we compile. So this is going to get rid of the 128 bottleneck on the most important chunk of observations. 128 might just be too small. There's also just probably a lot of stuff modeled poorly in that network. Okay, we'll see if this is stable. Doesn't take too big of a hit. That looks stable enough. Whether it makes a difference, we will see. But this could very well make a difference. That gives us some experiments. Okay. We are set. We have experiments running. Hopefully they are stable. Check the Discord real quick. Doesn't look like anything super urgent. But so here's the plan. I am traveling tomorrow. I'm traveling back on Monday. Won't be able to stream, but we'll answer stuff in the Discord. I still will get some work in on Saturday. So we'll see if I can find a cool thing to do there to talk about when I get back. I have a couple ideas for stuff I've wanted today to work on. Other than that, experiments are running. New infra bindings and bindings to Python are really, really nice. Muon's been doing great. Only hyperparam finicky one is neural MMO, which is by far the hardest problem. But the curves are clean. And the network is probably, there's some room for improvement. There's some still more algorithm side stuff to do, quite a bit of it. We'll have to get to that soon, likely next week. I have 2 weeks coming up where I'm going to have basically nothing to do other than just stream dev all day, which will be very nice. And yeah, we will go from there. So thanks to folks watching. I'll be back in a few days. And if you're interested in my work generally or trying to get into RL, it's all at puffer.ai. It's all open source. Start the repo to help us out. We would love to hit 2K pretty soon. Join the Discord to get involved. and follow me on X for more RL content. So.